Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing my bar exam and prep experience. If you like these kinds of videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So please pardon me, I do have some notes on my phone that I want to definitely refer to while I film this video, but I wanted to definitely kind of come back and give you guys a quick overview of my bar exam and bar prep experience. As you guys know, I took the Maryland bar exam back in July of 2017 and wanted to, definitely give you guys a overview of some things that I experienced, the kind of oh gosh, what's it called? The kind of bar prep course I chose to take, as there are several different kinds. So for starters, I began my bar prep experience by taking Shemmer Bar Review. There are a few others like Bar Breathe, Themis, and a few others that you can take. But you definitely want to do your research on cost, on availability, on resources that your bar prep course offers so that you are able to make the best choice for you. Shemmer was the bar prep course I decided to take. It is primarily based on Maryland law, so I don't think Shemmer is offered in other states. Shemmer is based on Maryland law only. And so we were taught by Dan Shemmer, the creator of the bar prep course. It's himself, and he offers classes where you can attend class physically at night from 6 to 9:30 or 10 p.m. on some nights, and then also you can attend class at night in the evenings during those same hours online. So those were options that I felt were best for me because I continued to work part-time throughout my bar prep experience, bar prep time, which was from May 22nd through July 24th-ish. Well, mainly July like 17th, 18th. The course was approximately $3,000, and we were given books, textbooks, and other resources to aid us, and access to resources that aided us in prepping for the bar exam. We had access to PowerPoint slides, class lectures from previous years and also the same year. We had access to MP3 audio that had the lectures that you could just download and then listen to them in the car on the way to work or wherever you needed to go, or in your headphones or on your phone, which was really helpful for me. I utilized that a lot. I remember doing cardio, and listening to a property lecture while I was on the Stairmaster or on the treadmill. So that was helpful and actually helped me to multitask while obviously feeling like I'm studying while doing something else. So we had a live in-class option. You had classes Mondays through Fridays, 6 to 9:30 or 10:30, depending on the day and the subject you were studying. And then you had also some Saturdays where you had to come in for practice tests. So those practice tests were the last 4 weekends before the last 4 weekends before the bar exam. So you were able to get actual test experience with actual test materials, actual bar exams, past bar exams that were approved to be administered for bar prep courses. So that was really cool. So I walked into the actual bar exam feeling a lot more prepared than I would have if I hadn't taken practice tests. And then on Sundays, I opted to have a class session with, not a class session, but like a small group session with 3 other classmates of mine, and then a leader who we were assigned a essay question or 2 a week, and then we were to hand those essay questions in to be critiqued and graded in front of us. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but it was also very helpful because we learned how to improve our scores and do better on essay test questions, so that you could do better on that. The essay test portion of the bar exam was a 1 whole day, and it was 10 essay questions that you had to complete each in 25 minutes. So you had, and then also you had another portion of the test, which was called the multi-performance test, which was the MPT, which had to be completed in 1.5 hours. So you had a lot of work to do in one day, and you had to definitely manage your time to the best of your ability to be able to get all of your answer out of your head in a timely manner, and know enough about the answer to that question to write a substantive answer. So that was nerve-wracking and extremely challenging for me, but ultimately I think that was my strength for the test, and also makes up the majority of the points that you can get for your bar exam. So that is where the meat and potatoes are. And then there is the MBE, which is the multi-state bar exam, which is the multiple choice portion of the exam, which is day 2 for Maryland bar takers. That is 200 multiple choice questions that have to be completed in roughly 1.5 minutes per question, and you do 100 in the morning, which is about a 3-hour window, and then you do another 100 in the afternoon, which is another 3-hour window, and it is exhausting. But one of the things I loved about my particular bar exam prep course was that we were told to exercise every day. So take half an hour out of the day to, you know, just have for yourself to study, not only to study, but also to just do some form of stress relief, which for me was working out. I was in the gym every single day that I was studying for this bar. Like, I've never been more committed to the gym than when I was studying for the bar, because I needed to work that anxiety out of me in some way, shape, or form. Now, of course, there are other ways to do that, but I'm gonna keep it PG on this channel and tell you guys that I was in the gym every single day, and we also had mantras, and we also had other things that we had to do to make sure we were taking care of our mental and our spiritual, so that we didn't lose faith and trust in our abilities. So whether it was prayer or meditation, there were other things that they kind of encouraged us to do, even breathing exercises and repeating a specific mantra over and over to help us to get over the anxiety and apprehension of the actual test day. It was a great, I'm really happy with what I chose, regardless of what the outcome is. Shemmer also kind of enforced and pushed us to achieve kind of like a work, life, study, home, personal balance. And that's how they achieved that, by encouraging us to work out, whether it was just a walk for 30 minutes or an intense workout, or whether it was some time in the morning just to have some coffee and just do something other than study. They definitely, you know, pushed us and encouraged us to do things that were going to help us with our overall mindset, as opposed to just focusing on the books. So also they encouraged us not to study on Sundays, which was awesome for me. Even though I had my small group sessions on Sundays, after that I was either at the gym or maybe going grocery shopping or getting ready for the upcoming week, and I forced myself not to touch the books most Sundays. Now, there were some Sundays that I had to do some stuff to catch up, but it's very important for you to remain on schedule if they give you a schedule to keep up with. I utilized flashcards. So these are my evidence flashcards, and on each one I have what it is, and then what it is, like on front and back. It's pretty self-explanatory. Evidence was one of my hardest subjects, because evidence has one rule that has 30 exceptions, and you have to know each of those exceptions in depth. So in the event that particular subject was tested on the exam, you knew the exceptions to the rule. So that was something that was really interesting for me. And then there were also subjects that I had never taken in law school. So there were like family law. I never took family law while I was in law school, and I never took criminal procedure in law school. I took crim law, but criminal procedures is another thing. It's a whole nother thing. So there were subjects that I had to study and learn. So there were subjects that I could have learned about in 14 weeks that I had to cram in my head in like 3 or 4 days. So there was definitely a lot of pressure. I had a lot of anxiety throughout the entire process because you're consistently thinking about it, whether or not you're doing enough to maintain and understand and know the material. And you know, there's always like something in the back of your head saying, well, you shouldn't really be, I don't know, let me think of a random thing. Oh, why are you even grocery shopping? You should be studying your evidence rules and learning your mnemonics for the UCC. Like, there's different things that you had to learn, and you always had kind of like a little nagging voice in the back of your head reminding you that you had some stuff that you needed to be doing, even if it was a day that you were supposed to be taking off. So this is an example of a book that we had. I had 10 of these. We had all had like 10 or 11 of these, not including other instructional books about the actual test itself. But that's my evidence book and my criminal law and procedure book, and I had to learn all of it. It was a lot, but I'm grateful for the experience, because ultimately I walked into my bar exam feeling really prepared for the bar, and feeling a little bit more at ease. My experience itself was unique in that there was one person who threw up in front of me because they were just nervous. There was another person whose computer was acting up the day of, so when we were getting ready to start the exam to enter in our essay answers and start the essay portion, someone's computer was like wonky. Something was wrong with their computer, and they almost had to handwrite the entire exam, which I can't imagine handwriting the entire exam. But we were given so much to kind of feel prepared: mnemonic devices, flow charts, pictures, all types of things, and you utilize your flashcards, and you know, they encourage also us not to have any or very much social activity outside of the home. Also, they encourage us not to be on social media because it's a huge distraction. So as you guys know, I was off of YouTube, I was off of Instagram, I was still on Twitter because I needed some kind of an outlet. I was off of Snapchat, I was off of all of that stuff, and I was grateful for my diligence and my discipline in not allowing those things into my space, because it was just too much. It would have been overstimulation, and on top of that, I was cramming 10 different subjects back into my brain, you know. So you had, I'm trying to see if I have a list here of all we had civil procedure. These are all the subjects that we were tested on: civil procedure, evidence, criminal law and procedure, family law, property, constitutional law, business associations, commercial law, and secure transactions, which is UCC 3, 4, 6, and 9, bulk transfers, torts, and contracts. So there were, I think I might be missing 1 or 2, forgive me, but that is what we were tested on for the Maryland bar exam. And there was a fear of failure for me. I said that already. There were tears, lots of tears throughout. I was crying to Tony constantly about just my fear of failure. There were lots of moments of doubt, but ultimately, whether I pass or whether I fail, I know that I picked the right choice for me, and I also know that no matter what happens, I did the best I could. I really did. I went balls to the wall for this exam, and it was the hardest test I've ever studied for. Yes, even beyond the LSAT, and I hope I never have to take it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of experience video about my bar exam experience. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get back to you with answers. And I can't wait to make new videos for you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.